I'm Ella Duffy, thanks for joining us. Let's start with some news this morning. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's message was short and direct after a tense caucus meeting where a group of MPs asked him to step down.
The Liberal Party is strong and united.
The economic fallout is growing from Donald Trump's reciprocal tariff plan. North American stocks continued to plummet.
This is the second day in a row, Ella, of carnage.
JP Morgan today increased the risk of a global recession to 60%. That's up from, I believe, 40%.
Jimmy Carter, 39th President of the United States, a Nobel Prize winner. He came from humble beginnings. He was a peanut farmer who became president.
The fallout is growing from that tense meeting between the two leaders inside the Oval Office.
You're gambling with World War III.
The Transportation Safety Board of Canada has just released its preliminary findings into what happened when a Delta Airlines plane crash-landed at Toronto Pearson International Airport. Later today, the District Attorney of Los Angeles will officially file his recommendation for the Menendez brothers to be granted parole. At least 38 people have been killed by Israeli strikes on Khan Yunis overnight. Gaza's health ministry says many of the casualties are women and children. Australia side by side with two of the world's greatest powers, heralding the new dawn of an industry that'll transform South Australia for generations.
Our reporters are tonight across Adelaide's west and across the globe.
Tomorrow, the Premier will head to the United Kingdom to visit the shipyard where nuclear-powered submarines are already being built. It is the third repatriation flight to arrive in Australia since Kabul fell to the Taliban 2 weeks ago. One thing that's yet to be seen is how crowds will react to Djokovic's return. Despite the controversy earlier this year, he hopes he'll be warmly received.
I'm hoping that everything is going to be positive.
Total fire bans have again been declared for the entire island tomorrow as the CFS braces for what's to come. Dan, planet K218b really rolls off the tongue. What more do we know about it?
Yeah, we know it needs a better name.
Well, what I'm taking from that is that it's best to eat the Easter egg before you cross the border than having to unwrap it at the border.
The general rule is as long as you share it with everybody in the newsroom.
They're not fussy with their snacks.
Oh, apparently.
I'm also not fussy with my snacks,
Okay.
so I'm like a duck apparently. Joining us now to talk more about the movies of the week is film critic Richard Krause. So Richard, first up we have Sinners. We just saw a clip of it there and I think I already have anxiety just from watching. Peter Malinauskas could be getting up on that stage and he could be giving a victory speech.
Brand new Premier of South Australia, Peter Malinauskas.
People are really happy, but they know that it was a really hard-fought campaign and they didn't quite expect that they would get a result so soon. Federal colleagues arrive at Stephen Marshall's eastern suburbs home, but the outgoing Premier is nowhere to be seen.
A deeply disappointing result, but obviously the important thing is putting South Australia's future at the forefront from here on in.
This is how the parliament is predicted to look. As many as 28 seats for Labor, just 15 for the Liberal Party and 4 independents.
Just when will masks go?
Well, Edward, we have been living with them throughout the pandemic, but the Premier has announced that mask mandates will be scrapped on April 14. The search resumed again this afternoon and police will continue to scour the ocean for any sign of Tony Higgins and his vessel until last light tonight. The search will then recommence again tomorrow morning. The impressive display then flying low over Glenelg. Right now we're travelling at speeds around 500 kilometres an hour and the nearest aircraft is just 3 metres away. There's no room for error.
One rolling. Here we go. Oh my God.
Ella Duffy, 9 News.